Good evening, everyone. My name is Ken Bodie, candidate for delegate for the Virginia House of Delegates, 51st District. I am recording this video tonight to first remind everyone that the last day for in-person absentee voting for Virginia is this Saturday, November 5th. The polls close for that at 5 o'clock p.m. The reason why this is so important is, as you are all probably well aware, Election Day, which is Tuesday, is going to be crazy. There's going to be long lines, especially before and after work hours. There's been, a lot of people who have gotten to be very enthusiastic this election season for one reason or another, who will be coming out. There will probably be record turnout in one way or another, and it's important that if you qualify for absentee in-person voting, that you should probably take advantage of it. What I will do along with this video is post a link to the information about that, which has not only the reasons why you would be eligible for it, which a lot of people qualify for, especially if you're a commuter, but also the locations, because they are different than your on election day voter locations. So please, if you have an opportunity to take advantage of this tomorrow or Saturday, please do so. The second reason why I am recording this video is to address some concern people have about voting. So on the flip side, we have a lot of people out there who are sort of disheartened by this election cycle, either by the presidential candidates or the rhetoric or what have you. First, what I will say to that is there are people that think that their votes aren't going to count, or they don't matter, or that their voices won't be heard because of one reason or another. The simple question for me in response to that is, if your voice didn't matter and your vote didn't count, why would people be trying to take it away? Why would people be trying to intimidate people or tell people it's going to be rigged and to try to make it so people don't vote? In the Carolinas, for example, there was a voter ID law which was attempted, which looked at at communities of color, especially looked at the types of IDs that they had, or more likely to have that that white people wouldn't necessarily have, for example, and they tried to eliminate those as valid form of ID. The court that struck that law down referred to it as surgical precision in terms of suppressing the black vote, for example. So for all my people, my friends of color out there, my brothers and sisters, if they didn't, if your voice didn't count, why would they be trying to take it away? Why would, as many of your parents or grandparents tell you, wasn't so long ago that people had to bleed and die to get that right? And if it didn't matter, why would they make you take literacy tests back in the day? Why would they make it so you couldn't vote at all back in the day? That sort of thing. So remember, people fought, people died. So please, if you don't think your voice counts, think again. So that's one. Two, to all my fellow millennials out there, there's been talk also of misinformation being fed to college campuses, to high schools, to young voters through various channels. Again, if as a millennial your voice didn't count, your vote didn't matter, why would they be trying to take it away? Why would they be giving you misinformation about what you can and can't do as someone who's on college campus, who's outside of your home state or your home county? If your voice didn't matter and your vote didn't count, why would they be giving people mixed messages about where they could take their absentee ballots, things of that nature? Again, they want to take your vote away because it matters. They know that if your voice is heard, that you might start saying things that they don't like. You might start voting for things that the powers that be may not like very much. So keep that in mind. That all said, to my fellow millennials, it's time we take a really hard look about how active we are. There's quite a few millennials out there that they feel like it doesn't matter. And to that I say it does. And how we can show that it matters, how we can show that we need to start being taken seriously as a legitimate voter bloc, is by voting. It's by voting in this election, and I'm not just talking about president. Regardless of how you feel about our presidential candidates, there's other stuff on the ballot. There's Congress races. There's local municipality candidates running for state, town, that sort of thing. There's ballot initiatives, especially in Virginia. We have the right to work, which isn't actually right to work. We have that on the ballot. We have other things on the ballot on the county level that affect you a lot more and a lot sooner than the president will. So you'd come out to vote for those things, even if you don't want to vote for president. Don't just not show up just because you don't want to vote for president. That's all. That's what I have to say about that. On the subject of turnout, what I will say to that is, if we start to come out in record numbers, they can't ignore us anymore. They can't act like we're just kids that don't know what we're doing. And let's face it, the laws they pass, the candidates they elect, their decisions affect us a lot longer than they do everyone else. It affects us a lot longer than it will the people that pass those laws. It affects us a lot longer than your traditional voter bloc. So that said, we need to come out and show them that if they want to continue to be reelected and elected, they're going to have to cater to our needs also. They're going to have to answer to us as their real constituents. They're going to be around for quite a bit longer than most other of their constituents. That said, please, if you're a high school student and you're to be 18 on election day, talk to your friends, make a plan. Hang out in line while you're waiting to vote. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. College students, if you're going to have classes all day that day, ask one of your professors. Chances are a professor's going to be a little bit lenient on it. Just don't use it as an excuse to cut class. That's all I have to say about that. But make a plan. I know it sounds uncool. I know it sounds redundant or unnecessary. But if you have a plan, it'll be a lot less stress on you, especially if it's your first time voting. And you'll come away with a sticker. I know it sounds corny, but when people see your sticker, they're gonna give you mad props for it. So please, if you have any opportunity to vote tomorrow or Saturday, or you have to make it out on election day, please do so. Show everyone that we matter as an electoral bloc, as a voter bloc, and that they have to start answering to us as millennials if they want to stay in power. That's it. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.